All right, thank you very much, Mary. Well, Chris Whitty is the latest American gold medal winner thanks to her world record time in the 1,000 meter speed skating event. 1 minute 13.83 seconds her time. Jennifer Rodriguez of the U.S. also picked up the bronze medal. That's 18 total, 4 fewer than Germany. In hockey, Dominik Hasek loses as the Czech Republic goes down to Sweden 2-1. Canada over Germany 3-2. And one final Olympic note, but it's a big one as far as Canadians are concerned. The silver medals have been exchanged as Jamie Soleil and David Pelletier are awarded gold medals after much controversy stemming from the judging scandal in the pair skating competition, and they were joined by their Russian counterparts. And speaking of the Olympics, judging scandal is much worse than previously reported. This from Charles Butler, an ice dancer in the '98 Nagano Games. Money, even sex, are known to be part of the payoffs for judges. He joins me next, along with Mike Stone, to talk about these disturbing allegations. And it's a Blue Sunday for the Wolverines, and that's not good. I'll tell you why, so stay right where you are.
Get ready to gear up and get
Joins me now on the update, and we've also got another guest as we continue to talk about this, I think I can say this Olympic mess.
I think Skategate.
Skategate. A lot of people are talking about it. Charlie Butler, veteran of the '98 games over in Nagano. In talking with Charlie, and as we tried to convince him, not really, we didn't have a hard time convincing him to come on, he begins to tell me a number of things that a lot of people will be shocked about.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because a lot of people have been talking the last week about, the politics and the corruption in skating, but they've been missing out on the motivation. Why does this politics exist? Why are judges voting and collaborating? And the one thing that hasn't been brought out is the money issue. They get kind of paid off, little kickbacks to vote the way that
by their own federations?
By their own federations.
Or other federations.
Or other federations.
Depending on who you make the deal with.
It's nuts.
But it's true.
Proves my point from last week that it's not a sport. No. It's athletic, but it's not a sport because these people are just making decisions based on opinions, and now we'll find out they're paid off opinions.
It definitely challenges the competition aspect of it. You see, advertisers promote the sport. They give money to the ISU or to different, individual national federations. What those federations do with that money is at their own, at their own choice. They can choose to do whatever they want with it. And although there's an ethical rule of not paying off judges, sometimes they'll get gifts such as cars.
Mercedes, BMWs.
BMWs, Porsches.
It's even a joke, I understand.
Yeah, among the athletes, it's pretty much a given. You just understand that you have to pay your dues and that you have to just kind of work your way up the ladder and fight the political system through time. It's not really a competition, per se. It's you just wait till the leaders kind of drop out and then you slowly move up.
So when you saw what happened to Soleil and Pelletier the other day, you were just par for the course, no surprise?
No surprises to me at all.
We had basically talked about it. He told me basically everything that was going to happen before it happened, but not necessarily in that order. We talked about, you've seen envelopes being passed back and forth.
Yeah, in Chemnitz, Germany, at a table in a restaurant. They don't even try to hide this stuff. They just sit there and they discuss, and it's not like I can say for sure what's in that envelope,
right.
But the athletes, there's a general understanding that, that there's money in place here, that there's politics in place here, and it's just disgusting to me to see, to see that happen.
And it's obviously condoned by the skating union because wasn't there a Canadian judge who went forward with tape, the audio tape of a deal that was made, and she got suspended, and that same judge, who I believe is from Ukraine, is back judging in these Olympics.
Yeah, that's correct. They're not being suspended. They get suspended for 1 year. 1 year, that's it, and then they can come right back in and judge again.
But it doesn't stop with the money, does it?
It does not stop with the money.
Let's talk about the sex involved between the judges and the participants.
Sunday night, we're talking about sex on this show?
Whatever it takes. No, seriously, let's be honest
sad,
about
but it's very sad to see the integrity of the sport brought down to, say, a female skater and a judge. To have that place.
This to be a fact, Charlie?
It is without a doubt a fact.
A participant and a judge.
Participant and a judge, and not just once, but many times. And this isn't something that my fellow skaters that are watching would be surprised at all. I mean, it's a given. And I'm glad that this is being brought out now so that it can have a chance to change. The Pandora's box has been opened.
Now, some say the skating union has too many things to worry about because they do the short track and that stuff, too. That they should have a special federation just for figure skating and ice dancing. You buy that?
I think they should. They should have some kind of hard way to regulate what is going on.
What about the costumes in the ice dancing? Look a little.
That's the least of everything.
Well,
Do you know what's going on
I understand
here?
what's going on.
I mean, really?
Yeah, but we can't do anything about that, can we?
Well, let's talk about it, and you never know. This is
right.
the first time I've heard money. This is the first time I've heard
Well,
sex.
when you see those sleazy costumes, you can understand why there's sex involved, though. They actually look like sometimes like they're having sex on the ice.
Well, what do you want them to wear?
I don't know, just, you know,
Something different?
tuxedos or something like that. Come on, you got to admit, some of the costumes are pretty bizarre.
They are pretty bizarre, and there's actually a new rule that's trying to be implemented that says, you know, no sexual obscene positions and lifts.
Right.
You may have heard of that.
Certain areas
and
to
costume
touch and not to
restriction,
touch.
yeah.
See, I told you we did
It's
that for
almost,
sex
if you
point,
watch, you'll watch the girls flirt with the judges on the ice in practice and in competition. And as a skater, you have to question, well, is that just flirtation-like expression, you know, that expression mark, or is it something that's going on behind the scenes? As a skater, you never know.
Your feelings now that it's all out in the open, and I mean, you've been a participant in this sport, been very much involved in it. Your thoughts?
I have to tell you, I'm very glad this is being brought out in the open. I had to learn to skate for myself and for the love of its sport itself, because you can't skate for marks or for placement because you know that you may never get what you deserve. Like Liz Punslin and Jared Swallow last Olympics, afterwards I had to say to Jared, you know, I'm very sorry. We both knew he deserved better. He skated cleaner than the people who beat him, but there's just, you can't fight block judging in the current system. The
I
system
see a
needs to
book
be
coming,
changed.
Charlie.
Yeah. So, you know, I hope that changes.
Thanks for coming on.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah, we certainly haven't heard the last of that, be sure of that. And that's Jerry Stackhouse. He'll join us next, talking hoops and serving up a few I told you so's. Back in a moment.